So Black Panther 2 did pretty good. We're going to talk about the box office. We're only going to talk about Black Panther Wakanda Forever for a second, though. I just want to lead off with this because it's important. The film was number one. Pretty much sucked in all of the money that you were going to get last weekend. And the reason that I want to point that out is because there was another movie that came out. I didn't even know this movie existed. I didn't see any marketing for it. But nobody's blaming the failure for it on marketing. There's other reasons why this movie failed. And that is, of course, the movie She Said. What is this movie? Well, apparently, it's about two journalists who look to take down Harvey Weinstein, who I think we all agree is a pile of trash. He's not a good man. That's why he's in prison, where he will likely sit for the rest of his life. But people are, I mean, what more is there to talk about with him? I know he's in court again, but either way, however this trial goes that he's in right now, he's in prison forever. And there's not really much else to say about him. So this movie is essentially a Me Too movie. Now, the problem with this is, of course, the tremendous damage that AH here did to that movement. Really exposed a lot of grifting, particularly that letter that just came out, all grifters, all people that actually make things worse for women. AH herself made things much worse for women. She did tremendous damage to that movement, so much so that I don't think it's recoverable. I do believe that things like that damaged this movie's box office, but there is more to it than that. They even highlight it here. Journalists aren't as interesting as they think they are, which is true. Most journalists think that they're some kind of gods among men. They think that they are the golden protectors. They're not. Most of them are out of touch and sit in ivory towers drinking Starbucks coffee. Most of them are complete scumbags. A really good example of an awful person in general that's a journalist is Taylor Lorenz. She is an awful person. Anybody that has like tech journalist, culture journalist, a social media journalist, those people are usually the worst of the worst. The worst of the worst. They kind of sit in a separate ivory tower of nastiness. There are some good journalists out there. I'm not saying they're all bad, but mostly these tech, cultural, social media journalists are all trash. Just about all of them are just trash, awful people that are willing to do the nastiest things to people to kind of get a leg up in the world. People don't care for them. There's also the elections. Those didn't help. People, as they even point out here, are done with Weinstein. Like, he's in prison. Like, it's not going well for him. Emotionally exhausted. I mean, we just had the elections, stuff like that. The last thing I think people want to go see is a movie about a message, which at the end of the day, this movie is about a message. That's why it's called She Said. It kind of speaks for itself, but it had disastrous numbers. When a film as heavily promoted and well regarded as Universal's She Said gets body slammed at the box office, it's wise to pay attention. It's funny that it's heavily promoted. I didn't see anything. This weekend, the journalism procedural drama about the pursuit of Predator Weinstein by two reporters from the New York Times will take in perhaps $2.27 million in 2,000 theaters. That's less than half of the already minimal $5 to $6 million predicted. A huge short days ago. A brutal drubbing for a film that had generally good reviews, and as of Saturday was tagged by 8 out of 22 experts at sister site Gold Derby as one of the top 10 contenders for Best Picture. The opening is a flop, and not the kind that can be written off to technical failures, the wrong theaters, a bad release date, poor marketing, or whatever. Rather, the audience simply turned away. It didn't even look. Never mind the presumed advantages of a high-profile story, a prominent New York Film Festival debut, and a talented cast. So somebody is sending a message, and it behooves an increasingly wobbly film business to figure out exactly what it is. Well, I'm telling you what it is. People are tired of films about a message, which is what this is. Also, Nerdrotic made a really good point. A Hollywood film that attempts to absolve Hollywood from any blame in the Weinstein scandal flops. Shocking turn of events. Weird how Me Too stopped when it started to get to kids. That's an interesting, well-said point there. But what's true about this, and it's something that Hollywood doesn't want you to even think about, it's that Hollywood knew everything that was going on. Quentin Tarantino just talked about it the other day, how he should have done something. Like, everyone knew what was going on. It was an open secret, and they didn't do a damn thing. These people that want to tell you how bad you're living didn't do anything when it came to affecting their paychecks. They did nothing. Nothing. They just stood back and went, what? We can't believe this. That's why they're all hypocrites. I don't take anything they say seriously, and you shouldn't either. It's like these celebrities that are running around talking about climate change and all this stuff, and I'm not here to have that argument. What I'm pointing out is how hypocritical they are. Take Leonardo DiCaprio, for example. Big climate advocate who takes his private jet to and from every meeting that he does for these, which is, if you go by what they say, very damaging for the climate. That's how serious they are about it. They're not serious at all. It's all about public image. And amazingly, nobody's image in Hollywood got hurt from that. Even Weinstein's own even his personal assistant, whatever her damn name is, I can't remember, but she's doing a Star Wars series at Lucasfilm. That's his personal assistant. You don't think his personal assistant knew what was going on with him? But what happened to her? Well, she got promoted. She's doing a Star Wars series. That's Hollywood. No accountability. So, I think there's a lot of problems going on, and I don't think She Said is going to fix anything. And I think the main takeaway here is just that people are just tired of a message. They're tired of activism. For whatever it is, Black Panther is a Marvel movie. People are more interested in seeing that than a movie about a message. And they're also not interested in watching a movie about journalists kiss each other's asses. Anyway, that's pretty much it. Let me know what you guys think about all of this. I'd like to hear from you. Also, if you would, please like, subscribe, share the video. Make sure you're still subscribed. Hit that notification bell. Check out my Rumble and my locals. I'll see you guys on the next one. Peace.